is really going to help you. I'm going to give you a little bit of work to do because I don't know how to structure your data. But if you have a list in an Excel file somewhere, you are a damn winner. But if you don't have it, most likely you don't, because as an English teacher, 5 years, you were never thinking that you wanted to build a business, and now COVID make you really wake up that you need to have your own things under control. So open your email, spend last 4 years of time, find out whichever student emailed you, extract those email address, put in an Excel file, make your email list, and first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, at least 3 weeks, every week you start to send them some English tips. Added some videos. You can add even some kind of email automation, let's say MailChimp. You can Google it, MailChimp, and you get it, and you can send a really template email to them. And then 4th week, you invite them to a coffee talk with you in a coffee shop. Hi, my name is Hoan. I am a pharmacist. I'm working in a company and I want to sell some drinks to my colleague. I know how to make some great fruit drinks, and now I have 100 colleagues here, so I wanted to sell a good number of drinks made of fruit to my colleagues. What is your advice for me? How should I start these sales to my colleague? Cool.
Thank you. Interesting question. So, thank you, Mr. Ha.
Hoan.
Pharmacist?
Hoan, yes.
Okay, all right. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, you need to identify your potential prospects, because even though your food, your juice is very good, but it's not for everyone, right? It's not one size fit all. So you have to identify your prospect who really like your product, and you're building a plan to approach them. Because if you approach the wrong person, I think they don't buy your juice, your drink. So identify the people in your company who like a drink, because normally for those person, why just think about this. So why people want to drink the juice? Because they want to to make their skin better. They want to have better health. So identify those person, and also you have to identify the the benefit of your product that bring to them, and you build a plan to approach them. You do some some promotion. Let them try your product first, even though you can if you have some drink like this, a full bottle, and you make it a very little like this, and give them for free, and they have chance to try your products. Let hear the comments, the ideas to improve your product, and to see who really like because someone for many people they prefer to have drink during lunchtime or in the afternoon. So you have to pay attention to their habits, listen to them, and give them a try with your drink. So do you have any other comment, John?
I think it's a great thing. It's about we should let them to try on this on the drink so they can get used to it. So for me, what I would like to add is do a survey. You probably cannot do a Google Docs or form. If you send in the form and you tell them that what kind of drink you like, is not going to work. You need to have conversation. You need to have different kind of conversations between your department or maybe some other department when you are exchanging works. And those departments should be kind of like you or willing to listen to you, because the people who doesn't know you and doesn't like you, it's very difficult to sell something to them. Even sometimes you have a great thing. And in the beginning, you don't need to sell anyone. It could be, I mean, those kinds of client can go word of mouth and can solve it too. So my tips is about go have some conversation with your colleagues and ask them what kind of drinks really they like. What is their preference? How much they really spend on their drinks? And so my tip is about when you do that, then you can get the informations and figure out that, okay, the juice you are really wanted to produce, does it really fit to your customer segment when you really target? Because you already got targeted customers, your office colleagues. So you try this having the conversation, and then your first step about check, can you make 20 to 25% margin profit by selling the drink based on their budget and demand? Can you do that? Most of the time, seller do terrible mistakes. They invest on equipments, they buy the thing, they build that juice, and then come over and they said they like it, and finally it becomes a price problem. And I think that if you're putting a lot of time to build something, and if you have less than 20% profit, pure profit, net profit, it doesn't worth your time. Because as a pharmacist, I think you have an hourly price as well too. If it needs you 1 hour to build the juice, so it should be equal to or more than your hourly wage in the salary in the company. So that is my first tips. When you do that one, if it makes sense, great. Now you let them try. And if they let them try, and then you actually can tell them some kind of handouts or some kind of information thing, you should bring it on with you. Because when you let them try, if you just speaking to them, it doesn't stick much. You should bring up something like why your juice is really special, homemade, nutrition. You are a pharmacist, so you can bring up some kind of nutrition thing and put it on over there. Maybe most of your colleagues are pharmacists too, so you guys speak the same languages, and they will be on board pretty fast. And then I think the first 10 glass will be a day. When the day, if you get 10 orders, that means if you talk about it and you let them try at least one time or two times, and if you get an order of 10 glass, I think then you have a leg landing over there. And if you don't have a landing, 10 glass at least, don't waste your time. Or maybe you have to let them try another way to try it. So if you get 10, that's great. Now it may gonna work with you, and you can continuously, and then you need to focus about how you can keep selling, because you're selling B2C and your units are really micro, right? So you need to create a continuous improvement process. But again, I told you, do not invest in equipments. If you need equipments, borrow from your mom, dad, your friends, your colleagues. Borrow, don't buy. If you buy, you will be having big lunch like a failed entrepreneur, and it will break your all confidence, and you'll never want to try anything. So that was my tips on the side of cook tips. So let's move to the next question. So next question is this is going to be interesting. Training manager. Hi, Amin from Da Nang. I used to work in IT. Now I want to be a coding trainer for other young IT professionals. How do I start? How do I can start selling my course? I built my course already, but I don't know how I can start selling my course to the other people. Please give me tips.
Thank you. So thank you for Minh from Da Nang, and I hope you are very well now due to the COVID-19 situation.
Oh yes, you brought up the right thing. Yes.
So as you mentioned that you built your course already. So in my opinion, you should look for the people who really need this course. you have to identify. You can do a surveys on the internet. So which person? So in the age, how many people in that age that prefer or they want looking for a course? Then you have to build a platform to approach those young IT professional, right? So he mean that the main audience is young IT professional, right?
Yes.
Okay. So look there. Where are they? And as the other product, I suggest that you have some tests, some sample for people to experience your course, because they nowadays we very easily to look for some documents, some training course be online. So why do they have to use your course? You have to give chance for them to try your product, to see if they're really interested in your voice, your teaching style. Yeah. Many things they need to try. You can make it like a sample, right? Like you have 10 part of the whole course. So take out one part and make it like a sample for the user to experience that. And I'm not really I'm not good at IT program, but in my experience, I need to experience the how the course going, how the trainer, and what is it for me? What is it for me? So the very key thing is, what is it for me? So why do I use your product? So just make up some sample for your audience to experience that before they decide to join us or not. I think John wants to add in something.
Thank you, Cook. I think this has been a very good drill down you have given to them. So, look, you've been working in IT. That's great. But just wanted to ask you a few questions. I know that you build your courses. That's great. Congratulations. You build your courses already. But I want to ask you a few things. I'm going to ask you. You don't need to answer me. It's for you. What courses did you build? Is it the best thing in your coding experience or not? You need to know it. Number two is think about how many coder is required into that language. Let's say if you're teaching Java example, or if you're teaching about a React Native. So I don't know, you haven't mentioned about what is the coding thing you're teaching. Think about that language has how many jobs in the market. If it doesn't have a lot of jobs, nobody want to learn it. So you need to focus on that one as well. So this is the second question. Third question is about, is there is a lot of young people really wanted to learn? I mean, you want to teach the young people, right? Is it the language is easy for young people to learn or not? Is it for more experienced people, or young people can getting that easily or not? And fourth thing, I think you need to focus about building in your course about what's special in your course, which you're gonna make the learner is easier to learn that programming language, and use that as a weapon on your favor. Because if you don't use that on your favor, it's gonna be very difficult. Because when you're selling an educational program, the one and only key thing is how easy for learners to catch this idea. You're probably an outstanding trainer. But if your material is difficult and if you don't have any model of learning, that will be very easy. And as I say, the model, so this is something you need to focus about. If you build a course to great, try to relate your course with some kind of world-class model, learning model. And you say that your model is, your teaching courses is comply with that world-class model, and you put your own experience into it to create the courses. That is one of the things. So now I'm going to talk about, now you want to sell the course, right? So this is my before the selling, which is actually helping you. Many people forgot about that. They just go straight to the sell too fast without really thinking much about the product. So I just give you something to think more about your product, just get it aligned. I hope you did. And then when you're selling this one, you need to put content out of it. So Cook just shared about you. You have to put content out of it. That's smashing idea I would just share with you. But use the platform to put the content out of it. Use Facebook. Use Facebook is one of the best thing. Create a Facebook page, create a Facebook groups, and go to other Facebook pages where there's a lot of IT programmer into it. Do it there. And then look around the clubs, around IT type clubs. Go and partner with them and give them free courses, free talks, so they can really understand they're willing, what you are really teaching is actually going to help them. With that one is going to two things happen. One, you teach them, they don't want to listen to you. So that means your product need to improve, and probably your teaching need to improve too, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to know it. And if you do that and they're willing to buy from your product, means it's working already. You already actually. But now when you go into the, and now that's the thing, people always do that. Just go give the free courses, come back home. No, when you go, you actually start seeding your leads. And now this is the thing, you need to focus on your nurturing as well too. So if you are a one person trying to be a training manager, if you do it alone, you got to do a lot of work, and it's going to take you a long period of time too. So try to build team. Don't try play alone. It's a team game. You're trying to building a business, and business is always a team game, not one person game. So try to build a team. So that is my tips at this stage, because you just asked me about the sales. I'm not going to tell so much thing about building the whole business here. But if you are asking more related question, I would love to have your more question again. If you want to ask about your business model, one thing I want to do this one is, this is the thing you do. You go to the channel John Masood Pervez, which is Everyday One New Skill in YouTube, and you search Lean Canvas. So Lean Canvas will teach you how to build a test model of your product and see does it really works or not. You test with that. So it's a template, you download it, you watch the video, so you learn how to build your lean canvas for your product, and then you will see where you're really hitting. That's and the video will train you in everything you need to know on that. All right, now let's move to the next question. Oh, wow, we're running out of time almost. Maybe one or two. Let's see how many questions we can take. All right, this is a question from a foreigner, Jack from Vũng Tàu. I've been teaching English in Vietnam for 5 years, but now I really wanted to make my own English center. How do I start selling my course in a city like Vũng Tàu? Please give me advice. Go.
In Vũng Tàu, no, I don't have ideas about Vũng Tàu for an English training center, but again, if you want, because just don't start with your product yet. Just start with your audience. So just see around in Vũng Tàu how many, the English center that they have. So what do the young people, you want to teach English for adults or for children or for someone else? You have to identify very clearly, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. So just identify that your audience, what they need, and then if you don't have, the capital to open a big center, so I think you should like a tutor, right? Do it like a tutor, looking for some family that they have needs, and then you will understand the real need from the market. Then you decided the next step to open a center or yet, because just don't start the business with the thing that you have. You start with a market. So one of the best practice is to be a tutor, or we can come to some other group on, like John mentioned in the last question, we have some Facebook group or some community. Try to bring your unique product there. So in the question to answer the question why people have to learn from you. So you have to develop, based on the demand. You design a unique product. I don't know how to express that, but something very special, but with some games, with some
X factor.
a sector, something like that. So just begin with the market first, and you can why not be a tutor to understand what the audience really needs.
I think from my side, work just share with you actually, Jack, what you need to do. It's about don't go really fast, but go right. It's very important. Speed is important setting up a business, but also very important that you do it right as well too. So first of all, just don't quit your job straight. Start tutoring and doing your job too. Yeah, you're gonna work more, but you want to build a business, so you need to have a strong work ethic. There is no getaway of it. You want to build a business, number one, you need to have a strong work ethic. Rule number one, and that's an ultimate. There's no getaway with that one. If you're reading books like 4-hour work weeks, forget that. It's never gonna happen on you. So how we can help you? I think work already gave it to you, everything you need to do. Tutoring. For me, it's about what I could add you with this is about start giving different kind of English lessons. Start creating more videos about different English lesson, not a long one, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Put it into different Facebook groups and pages. Create your Facebook page, put it there, and also share it to different other groups as well to let people know about you. And I want you to do this one. This is the biggest mistake always everybody do. They start to put content telling people that you buy my course. Please don't do that. If you put your content and if you tell people buy my course, it just destroy your content. Just give the content with 100% commitment that you just want to give a value to your viewers. People has no reason to watch your video. People only have one reason to watch a video if you give you a value. So put that transactional value to your people anything expecting it back. Just give it to them. So what I can add with this one, if you start getting some tutor, maybe let's say example, if you have already some students who already learned from you, try to reconnect with them. Try to, let's say if you're teaching for 4 years, right? You probably have a student list somewhere, put it all together, put it all in an email, make it an email list, and start sending some kind of tips to them. Do it 1, 2, 3. If you say that you don't have it, I just want to tell you this. Just go open to your email and you have those email address somewhere. So all you need to do, probably spend 2 to 3 hours. I'm telling you, my friend Jack, because this is going to really help you. Listen to me, this one. This is really going to help you. I'm going to give you a little bit of work to do because I don't know how to structure your data. But if you have a list in an Excel file somewhere, you are a damn winner. But if you don't have it, most likely you don't, because as an English teacher, 5 years, you were never thinking that you wanted to build a business, and now COVID make you really wake up that you need to have your own things under control. So open your email, spend last 4 years of time, find out whichever student emailed you, extract those email address, put in an Excel file, make your email list, and first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, at least 3 weeks, every week you start to send them some English tips. Added some videos. You can add even some kind of email automation, let's say MailChimp. You can Google it, MailChimp, and you get it, and you can send a really template email to them. And then 4th week, you invite them to a coffee talk with you in a coffee shop. I guess that you have a list of 50 to 100. If you send them in a coffee talk, maybe at least 10 to 15% will show up. If you're 100, 10% means you got 10 will show up, which is great. If you got 10, it sounds like just only 10, but I mean, the 10 is already good enough. If you bring them in and you present them your tips, and then you tell them you want to open a class, just say that you want to open a class, and you tell them about your teaching method, and you tell them how it's going to help them, and you give them what they're going to get after you finishing your course with you. Be very clear about it. Tell them very clear what they're going to get after finishing the course with you. And if you do it right, you may have a really high conversion on there, and probably, because 10 show up means they are already willing to close with you. Now if you just messed up on the coffee shop talk, it's absolutely on you. So if you're not ready for that, practice, build your plan, make your great script for your coffee shop talk, and then you do it. And my friend, you have time. I just told you, you need 1 day to extract the email, and then you have 4 weeks just to send the email. You send the email and spend your 4 weeks to prepare for that coffee shop talk, and you can crush it. All the best, Jack. Go ahead and gain your business. Last question. Let's take one more. We are a little bit over time already. Wook, do you have some energy for the one more?
Yeah. Okay, that's one more.
The last question. This is from Thi from Ho Chi Minh City. I'm a sales manager and I am 34 years old. Now I want to be a sales trainer. How do I transit to that career? This is for you. You transited. You tell her.
Yeah, thank you for your interesting question, Phi. Myself, I also experienced, I changed from a salesperson to a team manager to a trainer. So, firstly, just ask yourself why you want to become a trainer. Because become a trainer is, to be honest, it's not very easy. You have to understand why you want to become a trainer. For myself, I think that I want to help the other people. I want to make it. I want to multiply the value that I provide to the teams. So I started. But for some salesperson, you have to prepare a lot for skill. Like as I mentioned before, you have to improve your communication skill, your teaching skill, also inspiring or coaching. Because in sales training, in the training you have to coach the people. You have to know how to make a good question for them. So in summary, just think about your reason why you want to be a trainer. It's quite different between a sales trainer. Yeah, so think about the reason why you want to start this, and think about what skill that your business. In sales training, you need an updated story. I mean, you have to know what happened with the market, what your true story. So if you know your true story, you can share with an inspiration. So it's much more easy to convince the other to listen to you. So I think that John, he is not in training business, but I think you have some tip or some into this.
All right. So let me say, Sophia, I think you want to move. I think you've been doing you're 33, you mentioned about. So that means you got around roughly 10 years of experience, which is great. But now you need to transform that 10-year experience to your professional. So that in the white eye, that's it's easy, but actually in real life it's not that easy. It's a different track of career, which could be very attractive. So I think you need to start with the why, and Wook just mentioned about it. You need to think about why really you want to do it. Okay, so now let me give you some tips how can you start. Start training people. And start training people without any cost. This is what you need to do. So if you have any community, any friend circle, go ahead and start training them about your major something. It's sales trainer. As you want to be a sales trainer, and there's a lot of salespeople out there, try to join some kind of sales training community. There's in Facebook exists, and some of them have some Facebook group. There's some mentoring as well too. Join this community. There's a lot of names out there. If you Google about mentoring community, you can find them. And in the mentoring, you can mentor the sales, and an entrepreneur are going to love it, because as an entrepreneur, sales is always the number one skill they need, and people are mostly bad at sales. If you don't have any also, you can Google VSHR Impact Mentorship. You're gonna get it on. You can input your details by going to the website. Bam, you are going to be a mentor into it. So not only that, there's a lot out there. You can apply from them, and you start to get, first of all, I don't know how good at you are, but I think you should, training skill is kind of like a muscle. You need to build it, and more you do, more better you get. So in the beginning, you are not great at it. Just be honest about it. Maybe you're good, but you're not great at it yet. And only thing can make you great is practice. Remember, Cook has been mentioning before, you have to practice. Practice makes a man and woman, both of them perfect. So it's not about only men's. So you need to practice. So you get a one-on-one mentorship, and you can start to practice with them. And now when you're practicing, I don't want you to just wait something to happen to you. Don't be reactive, be proactive. So with the proactive, my tips is, look around your company, what kind of training department they have, and you reach to them and tell them that what kind of training you want to offer, whatever training you have done with your one-on-one mentoring or other community, and you tell them you want to train them as well too. And try to join that team and try to volunteer that team. Even they don't have any headcount, not a problem, you volunteer. Sometimes you even can take a day off and just work there. And when you just do that, if you take a day off in your own team, and you're just volunteering another team, that departmental head immediately understand, oh, this person will really want to be a trainer, huh? And they're gonna like it, and they're gonna really, really value you. If you are good, they're gonna value you, and the next opportunity it comes, before thinking anybody outside, they're gonna think about you, and you may have an internal recruited person. By the way, stay patient, and it's good. Why? Because if you just go and meet them and move to that department, you have no experience, you're gonna struggle anyway to be a sales trainer. Sales trainer is not being easy. Cook was been sharing with you already. If it takes 6 months to 1 year, and if you've been volunteering sometime and you're learning, being with them, mingling with them, it's actually things good to you, because you are getting ready for the role. If it takes even 1 year, it's fine. And use that 1 year time to do it in training outside as you're mentoring, one-on-one or in a group, and you get yourself ready. More you practice, more better you get. And that's when one day is going to happen, and you move in. And now you say that, oh, John, I don't like the company. That's fine. You keep doing it outside as well too. There's a lot of training coaching center exists right now around Ho Chi Minh City right now. You try to reach them as well. You can talk to them, you can email them, you can ask them that you want to participate in the training program. A lot of people will tell you, try to tell a train the trainer course. I am really has less confidence about those kinds of courses, because I think they're mostly making money, and most of the time those trainer was never been a great trainer, so they are training other trainers. So if you really want to take a course, really pay attention, and please don't pay a lot of money in that, because if you do that, you're just wasting time, because those are really giving you theory, but you need to practice to be a great trainer. And the last thing is about you reach to those companies, those training departments, and tell them that you have this experience, now you want to be a trainer, and maybe they will hire you as a freelancer first. Get into it as a freelancer. When you have to deliver, you take it off from your regular job and do that one, and you build your portfolio. You need a portfolio, because you don't have a portfolio as a training manager. If you have nowhere to reach, Google VSHR Pro Academy. You're gonna get it, and they have a profile. You can submit that 1 year profile, and the team gonna reach you out. So I'm giving you the whole blueprint to get ready into it, and I'm just telling you, if you just hold into it and you just execute it for next 2 years, I challenge you in next 2 years, you will get a job in training manager and you can email me back, John, I got it. And that's exactly the thing I want to do. So now focus into it, pay that attention into it, pay that development time on you and stay focused. And I really wanted to receive your email and say that, John, I got it. Thank you. And I will say, all done.
In echo with John's, I have some idea for you, Fee. Just you can get a small group of people, try to try to convey what you want to say, and try to inspire them. And you listen to the feedback. Also, you can feel the feeling from yourself. You have to feel good when teaching people, and it will make you engage with a career for the long term, for the long road. So just try with a small group first and see what happened, and decide to catch it.
Thank you, Cook, for adding this one too. And thank you, viewers, for being with us today. And thank you to Cook for joining today's session. And I think it's been almost 10 p.m. and I think it's time to wrap this up. And I think we have been so much passionate about last 2 questions. So we are doing our best to give our audience the value. And I'm so happy that today you could arrange your time to join us. Do you want to share any message, Cook, for the viewers?
So thank you so much, John, and Miss Lei from VSHR have invited me to this very exciting. Actually, it's the first time I meet John, right? And
yes.
And do the live stream like this. But I really enjoy, and I hope that my very practical sharing during my years of working experience. So it's very useful for you guys to pursue a career, especially for the young entrepreneur. As I heard from John, you are from very young person, and with very good entrepreneurship spirit. So how the sharing is useful, and should you have any question, just let us know, or you can send an email to John. Thank you, John, so much. Thank you, John, and thank you, the viewer, the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Cook, for arranging your time. And I'm sure that there's a sharing and practical experience that you have shared for the viewers. It's been a great value, and gave one more time some key words and key direction for them to build their skill sets in sales and business development, which has always been a great career for industry. It was, it is, and I'm sure it will be as well too, because without sales, no company makes money. So thank you, Cook. I think we will be wrapping up today, and it's been a pleasure talking to you and meeting you too. And I would love to have you back in the future to share more, maybe on depth in one of the topics as well too. And I think that will be very exciting too as well. So with this, let's wrap up, and good night. Bye-bye.